I told you guys about this thing. Mike. It says Mike. That's me. I can get started. I want to get this right. Really, the past few days have been amazing. It really has. And I'd like you all to give a big hand to the SAME national staff who did an unbelievable job of putting this together, and the conference in the city of Columbus. Despite the fact of the university they have in town, they've been an unbelievable host. So how about a big hand for our staff in the city of Columbus? It is Ohio University that's here, right? Oh, okay. I have to get a few digs in. My year as president has been fast and fantastic. I've traveled the four corners of our great country and into the deep Pacific and Europe to visit our posted members. And everywhere I travel, I've seen unbelievably dedicated and enthusiastic group of super volunteers who are truly the heart of SAME. And that can't be understated, that we are a society of 30,000 volunteers. And what we accomplish every day is unbelievable. So thank you all to all the volunteers. My year's been defined by our four goals. And I told you yesterday, you're going to hear them again. And I've told everybody along the way. I do truly believe in repetition, except when it comes to Sal's name, because I can't get that straight. The first goal, relationships. We have strengthened our relationships with other associations and societies and have truly become the de facto integrator of these groups in support of the uniformed service engineers. People come to us. They come to SAME and say, can you put this together? Our focus isn't the uniformed services, but we have a small portion it is. And can you be the integrator? And Joe, you've done a great job of integrating and letting these societies know we want a relationship and we want to collaborate. That's it. And they've been very receptive. Back to Lucian. We are trying so hard to reconnect with the military and civilian force. We truly are. And we're making progress. We are. I feel we've turned a corner. We had a great session today with the service chiefs. And it really came down, stop the teleprompter. It really came down to professional development and service. And we're a professional group within the AEC community, and we want to be their society of choice. For 97 years, SAME has been tailoring our strategic plan to benefit the service chiefs, their engineer chiefs. No other society or organization does that. The 5 service chiefs that you saw sitting in these chairs, avoiding those tables, shape our strategic plan and our mission. And just to, when they talk about other societies, no one does what we do. That was the first goal. Second goal, leadership and mentoring. Our fellows have really stepped up their game and re-engaged with our regions and posts. Bill Burson, thank you. Ray Wilcox, we still got a ways to go. And good luck. You're going to do a great job. We owe it to our membership to help each other on this journey. Leadership and mentoring. Our STEM program is going gangbusters. Our camps are better than ever. This summer, we're full. And as I mentioned earlier, we now have services wanting 2 camps. We have the Boy Scouts coming to us in Stuttgart, the Boy Scouts in St. Louis. They want to team with SAME for more camps. So to the folks who lead our national camps, Scott Prosich, Joe Angel, Jack Siebert, and Harry Delaney, thank you. And for all the other folks who assist, thank you. Our third goal, professional development and personal growth. SAME is the society of professionals in the AEC landscape, federal landscape, no one else. We're not a social club, though we have a lot of fun. We do, actually. And we're not a BD club. I heard that the other day. I was talking to a construction professional, and I was helping to get Joe prepared to go talk with AGC. I said, give me some construction issues that you think Joe can then turn into the federal landscape and talk to them about. And he said, AGC, SAME, social clubs. I don't do that. And I knew right away this guy was not a professional. I really do. I knew that he doesn't consider it a real profession. All he wanted to do was sell. That's not what we're about. We're about professional growth and development. Resiliency. Jim, are you here, finally? There he is, Jim Hagan. All right, you made it. So this year we officially replaced TISP, with which is the Infrastructure Security Program, with the Resiliency Committee, and have great expectations for that committee, especially in these days that stuff's changed. So stand by for great things. Jim, you've done a great job so far, and I really look forward to the future. Before I close, I'd like to talk about our change in governance, because it's been very important. In a few minutes, we're going to recognize Major General Gene Lupia and Major General Tim Byers, who served as SAME president when they were the service engineer chiefs. 5 years ago, we transitioned from the service chiefs as the president to an advisory role. And that truly opened the aperture that anyone could serve as president. I'm a perfect example. But at the time, I was adamantly against that. I was convinced that was the beginning of the end of SAME, because people came because they wanted to see the service chiefs. It helped us because we upped our game. Our content, our programs provided much more value. It was the right move. It was clearly the right move. And we've even opened it up more. And we've become so much more transparent about what we do and what people need to do if they want to be leaders within SAME. This change has brought forward great leaders. Tony Lakita, Gary Engel, John Mogi, Jane Penny, unbelievable leaders. And I'm simply honored to add my name to that list. In a few minutes, oh my God, in a few minutes, I'm going to turn it over to Sal. And this, I truly believe, I really believe, I've been using truly a lot, I got to watch that. I believe that I'm sandwiched between two great leaders. Jane has been my SAME mentor from the first minute I met her. She has guided me through and supported me the whole way. Sal's been a wonderful president-elect, and I'm inspired by how he's chomping at the bit to get me out of the seat. He is dying for me to leave. I can tell, you know that feeling when you're doing a change of command, and that commander that's relieving you just is looking at you like, well, you just get out of the way. But I'm looking forward because I know Sal is going to do just unbelievable things as president. And last, another one of my little mantras, I won't let this go. Every professional should do two things: get registered, licensed, certified, or credentialed in what you do. It's available for every walk of life. Then, be active in a society or association that supports what you do. You need to be part of that other group so you can see what other professionals do. You can learn. You can get cues. You can learn a different direction to go. It's extremely important. And SAME is the professional society for the federal construction, architectural, and engineering and related services. There are no others. There are a lot of people I could thank for my time here. Thank everybody. Thank you all. And now I stand ready to be relieved. I will now read my orders. Oh, so I'm sorry, that was another lifetime. So before I give up all control, as I mentioned earlier, I'd like to bestow the SAME Past President's Medal to two of our past presidents who are here. So General Lupia, General Byers, if you join me up on the stage. Sir, I apologize that it took so long to get to you. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you for your service, sir. Sir, I apologize this took so long.
No problem. Thanks. It's all better.
Thank you for your service, sir.
That's what you do. Thank you for your service.
Yes, sir. Now we're ready to get started on the change, the continuity of the command ceremony. That makes sense. We're having to change a command ceremony. That thing has messed me up again. But first, let's recognize the incoming members of the board of direction that leads our society. Voice of God, take over.
John Accardi, Captain Bob Bevins, Patricia Bonilla, Colonel Tony Higdon, Colonel Rich Houghton, Colonel Scott Jarvis, Colonel Bob Keyser, Sharon Kroc, Anita Larson, Brigadier General Patrice Melanson, Lieutenant Commander Cindy Miller, Yvonne Simon, Major General Bo Temple, Lisa Faley, the officers for 2017 to 2018. Lieutenant Colonel Buddy Barnes, Colonel Marv Fisher, Rich Khalil, Cindy Lincecum, Colonel John Mogi, Colonel Ray Wilcox, Harold Rosen, Captain Mike Blunt, past president, and your incoming president, Colonel Sal Nodjomian.
Sal, are you prepared to take the oath of office? Got to watch out for those tables. All right, I'm going to do this in short little snippets. Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Sal Nodjomian,
Do solemnly promise
do solemnly
pledge
promise and pledge
that I will faithfully execute
that I'll faithfully execute
the duties of the President of the Society of American Military Engineers
the duties of the President of the Society of American Military Engineers
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to the best of my knowledge and ability,
to commit myself to the Society's Code of Ethics,
to commit myself to the Society's Code of Ethics,
further the objectives of the Society,
to further the objectives of the Society,
and assume full responsibility for this honorable organization.
and assume full responsibility for this honorable
Honorable order.
association.
By the authority vested in me by the Society, I now proclaim you. If I don't finish this sentence, are you not
No, you
president?
have to do it.
Okay.
You have to do it. This is not an option.
I now proclaim you duly installed as President of the Society of American Military Engineers. Congratulations, sir.
Thanks, Mike.
It is great. Appreciate it, man. It's been fun.
All right. Don't go anywhere, Mike. So before you leave, my first official act of president is I want to present you with your past president's medal. Unlike the other gentlemen, we're doing it on the spot. So let me have this honor of pinning this medal on you. There we go. So you've already done 2 of these. You're my first one. All right. Thanks for everything you've done for our
Thank you,
society.
sir.
We really appreciate your leadership.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot. Come out here to the middle. One more thing. So that's the official gift. The unofficial gift for Mike is his gavel. You heard him allude to several times in his presentation about how I'm a bit of an eager beaver, kind of ready to go, and he would always remind me that it was still his show. He had the gavel. As long as he had the gavel, he was in charge, and he was not afraid to rap the gavel whenever he had to. So we didn't have a chance to get this engraved quite yet, but basically we just want to thank you for the fantastic job you did leading this entire society for the last year. The gavel is yours to keep.
Ooh, awesome.
Thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you.
Appreciate it. Okay. This is humbling. I want to start by thanking several people instrumental in helping me achieve this servant leadership position. First, I want to thank John Mogi. Where's John? Where's John? John is a former SAME national president who grabbed me by the scruff of my neck when I was a young captain, and he opened my eyes to the value of the society. That was over 20 years ago, and John's mentoring has never stopped. So John, thank you for that. I want to thank the headquarters staff. You've already heard some of the names, and I'm always fearful I'm going to leave some out, but I have to by name Joe, Nick, Ann, Belle, Allison, Kathy, Stephen. There's lots more. But these folks orchestrate magnificent events. They afford us, the volunteer help, if you will, the opportunity to occupy the spotlight for a brief, shining moment. And what they do behind the scenes to help us stand up here and do this, it's unspeakable what they do. I want to thank my Matrix Design Group family, including our CEO, Dan Sheff, who's here, my fellow partners, Charlie Parham, Celeste Warner, and Mike Rapla, who, whether you all realize it or not, are going to be picking up a bit of my workload over the next year as I dedicate myself to this important position. Finally, I want to thank my incredible family, my beautiful wife, Carla, our sons, Adam and Jason, my father-in-law, Harold, my sister-in-law, Jane, who not only traveled here to witness this event, but have provided unwavering support for nearly 30 years. Analogous to the Sir Isaac Newton quote, "If I've seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants." I credit my most significant achievements to the guidance, support, and trust that my family, friends, and peers and mentors have provided. 23 years ago, almost to this day, I was graduating from that little school right up the high street, the Ohio State University. Let's go. Go Bucks! I.O. Under no circumstance would I, or anyone who knew me for that matter, believe that I would return to my adoptive hometown 2 decades later to take the helm of such a prestigious organization. I share this with the young members in the audience, that anything is possible when you're willing to work hard, surround yourself with people who believe in you, who invest in you, who provide you strength and praise when you deserve it, and provide you tough love when you deserve that as well. Thanks, John, Mogi, again. And it's not about luck. It's not about who you know or the company you work for. Our society continues to transform and has placed significant emphasis on transparency, laying the foundation for every member to achieve whatever goals they set for themselves. More than ever before, we're an organization that builds on the theory of opportunity meeting preparedness. Thomas Jefferson had the same message, albeit from a slightly different angle, when he said, "I'm a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more of it I find." Whether it's the solemn oaths we take to start our professional careers or the prospect of creating marvelous engineering achievements, the Society of American Military Engineers is truly a national asset that embraces the opportunity to positively impact the entire AEC community across the spectrum. I recognize time is precious. It's a commodity we can never create more of. Because it is so valuable, we need to use it wisely and ensure the greatest return on our efforts. As a 100% volunteer organization, it is our collective responsibility to ensure the time we ask our members to commit generates value. Value for our members, value for our member firms, value for our community, value for our military, and most importantly, value for our nation. My ask of you as dedicated members of our society is to find your place on that spectrum and do the most good. Whatever you endeavor to do, approach your involvement with energy, passion, and purpose. Finally, you have to have fun. We work way too hard not to slow down every now and then and enjoy the fruits of our labors. I subscribe to the motto that if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Having fun and being the premier AEC professional organization are not mutually exclusive. Rather, I believe they're mutually supportive, and that's what we're going to do. If you made it out last night, you all know what I'm talking about. So before I close, I'm going to kind of go off prompter here because a lot of people had said to me as I was getting ready, you made a lot of campaign promises. There was a lot of things that you talked about getting ready for this role, and so I just want to share kind of where I stand on some of these things. As you know, it was a struggle. You know, my ascent to this position was a struggle. I ran unopposed, which helped me. But Mike made it very clear that he was going to try to hold on as long as he could. So it was a protracted campaign. It got ugly at times. I probably made some promises along the way I shouldn't have, and I want to publicly retract some of these. As an example, I believe somewhere along the way I stated that I would build a wall around SAME and keep ASCE from poaching our members. And I would make ASCE pay for it. I had dubbed it as the greatest wall that you'll ever see. That's not going to happen. Several members of my campaign, I think Charlie was on the team, allegedly mentioned that I was going to put a travel ban on radical fringe groups like AIA, NSPE, and DBIA. That's actually fake news. That is not going to happen. And finally, I may have alluded to the fact that I would ask Hal Rosen, who's our counsel, SAME counsel, to prosecute Mike Blount for his use of a private email server while serving as national president. I've also decided, Mike, you'll be happy to know, I've decided not to pursue that course of action. So you should be in the clear in your immediate past president role. I just want to say at the end, thank you again for the opportunity to serve the society. The Society of American Marathon Runners is amazing, and I vow to make you absolutely proud. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you, and we're not done though, so I'm going to wrap up here real quick. So speaking of being proud, as we close this event, I'd like to thank the volunteers from the Kitty Hawk Post for the superb job of making this event a huge success. It is truly an honor for me to recognize these folks here in my college hometown of Columbus. At this time, I'd like Sam Reed, Jeff Leonard, and Jeff Todd of the Kitty Hawk Post to join me up here for a quick presentation. And where are the medals? That's all right, I'll get them later. Okay. All right. You got it. This way? Yep, okay. Watch out for these coffee tables. There you go. Does that look good? Okay, we got it. All right, thanks, gentlemen. Thank you for an absolutely fantastic conference. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, well done. Okay, I'd also like to thank, scroll up, all the speakers and moderators who volunteered their time to share their knowledge and expertise with all of you. I'm sure the conversations that we started this week will continue throughout the year as we work to find solutions to some of the most pressing issues we're facing in our industry and with our services. Last but certainly not least, I'd like to thank our sponsors for helping make this event possible. Again, thank you all for attending 2017 JETC. I look forward to seeing many of you at the Society Ball and Awards Gala this evening right back here. Have a great afternoon.
We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather